Hi guys, welcome back. So today I surprisingly have a tag video for you, and this is something that I was tagged in like 2 months ago, but I have been saving it and thought I would finally get around to doing it. Liene from Liene's library tagged me to do the reader problems tag, and this looked kind of fun, so I thought I would go ahead and do it. Finally. Question 1. You have 20,000 books on your TBR. How in the world do you decide what to read next? Yeah, sometimes I feel like that's the problem I have. So it's kind of a mix of things. Sometimes I will come up with a theme for the month. Like next month I'm reading mostly Black authors, so I pull together a bunch of books that I have unread on my bookshelf by Black authors that I want to read and plan to get to in March. Also, I will try to participate in readathons and find books that meet the challenges for the readathon that can help me. Sometimes it's that I'm doing buddy reads and someone else wants to read a book that I also want to read, and so we'll read it together. And then sometimes it's just kind of what I feel like reading or feel like I need to get to sometime soon. Question 2. You're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? So this kind of depends. If I have no reason to have to finish it, I will probably DNF it. If I have agreed to review it, I will probably finish it. I actually recently had a book that I thought many times about DNFing and finally decided to, and ended up deciding to just finish it, and I gave it like 1.5 stars. It's the first 1-star book that I've had in a really long time. Like, I really didn't like it for a lot of reasons, which I will talk about in my wrap-up, but yeah, so it kind of depends. If I'm halfway through and not loving it and I have no reason to finish it, I won't finish it, but if I have a reason to, I'll probably finish it and just go ahead and review it. Question 3. The end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far away on your Goodreads reading challenge. Do you try to catch up, and how? Probably, yeah. I mean, I might set aside more time for reading. I might do some graphic novels because they're a lot faster to get in. So if I'm like really close, I'll probably try to get there, but if I'm kind of far away, I mean, the thing is though, is this is why I set my Goodreads challenge low, so that this isn't a problem I have, so I can just read as much as I want to read and like not have that pressure. Question 4. The covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? I mean, whatever. I kind of get over it for the most part. Although I will say, like, sometimes it's annoying. No, I mean, sometimes I'm kind of irritated by it. Like, for example, Carve the Mark, for the sequel, they changed the font of the lettering. And I'm like, why? I don't even like the new font of the lettering all that much. I liked the first one better. So that's annoying. But, you know, I mean, you just kind of get over it. Whatever. Question 5. Everyone and their mother loves a book that you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? I mean, who do I bond with? I don't know. Whoever also feels the same way. I may do a video about books that everyone loves that I didn't like that much, actually. There's a big one that everybody seems to love that I was not a fan of. And so it's exciting when I rarely meet somebody who feels the same way. So so if you guys are interested in hearing about the books that I did not like that are popular, let me know in the comments down below, and I just might make that video. Question 6. You're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal? I rarely cry over books. Very rarely. I mean, if I really felt the need to cry, I would probably do it, just try to do it quietly, but like, it just doesn't happen that often. Question 7. A sequel of a book you loved just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book, skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration? This is a good question because this does happen. So varies. Occasionally I might reread, but I don't usually reread things. I'll probably look up a synopsis or kind of skim through it to try to remind myself. Sometimes I'll just start reading the other book and hope that they give you a little bit of a synopsis of what happened in the first book, and then if I can't remember, I'll go back and like look it up just to kind of refresh my memory. But I usually won't reread it. Question 8. You do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people nope when they ask? This doesn't really happen to me. People don't really ask to borrow my books. I will sometimes push books on them, but yeah, that just doesn't happen. Question 9. Reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? Oh, yeah. So usually what seems to help with that is reading something in a completely different genre, or just not reading for a few days and watching lots of Netflix. So like a light contemporary or romance or like a domestic thriller, all of those, because I read a lot of fantasy and sometimes it gets to be too much and I need like a palate cleanser. So usually those are the types of books that I'll pick up as like a palate cleanser for all of the heavy fantasy stuff that I'm reading, or sometimes I'll just like watch Netflix and take a break until I feel like reading again. Question 10. There are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? This is always such a problem, but now at least I have NetGalley, so that sort of helps. I mean, I buy the ones that I'm going to signings for, and the ones that I just like can't not buy, I guess, is kind of what happens. Probably more than I should, but not all of them. Question 11. After you've bought the new books that you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? It varies. Some of them I will pick up and read immediately. Others, it could be like a year, which is really sad. Like, I pre-ordered Tower of Dawn and I still haven't read that, and it's been a while since it came out. So, yeah, it really kind of varies, but I try to get to them sooner than later. Let me know in the comments down below your answers to these questions or any thoughts that you have. And I'm not going to tag anyone specific, but if you want to do this, feel free to consider yourself tagged and do it. It's kind of fun. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.